What's the value of these journals now to society, do you think? Because I'm 60, well, the journal is over 60, and you're just a baby, you're 2, aren't you?
I'm 1.5, and I can barely walk.
Yeah.
But what is the value of those journals? Well, let me have a go at having the value of yours.
Okay.
There's a history, and there's a legacy, and everything that is in IJFST is evidence-based. Everything that's been put in there has been communicated by scientists who are working at the front line of fundamental science. They are documenting their results in a way which is telling us why whatever they're talking about works. It could be protein technology, it could be fibre, it could be something up on the sustainability of the material they're working with, but they're telling us why it works.
So you're saying that we're demystifying the science, sort of trying to communicate where that science, that theoretical science, is actually leading society in.
Yeah, it's a way of basically standing on each other's shoulders.
Yeah.
You're setting groundwork which somebody else can use to build on. So not only are you documenting the science, you're actually giving people a source of inspiration. They read a paper in International Journal of Food Science and Technology and think, that's interesting. I wonder what would happen if I did the next step.
And I think, if I may, your TFS, your Translational Food Sciences, the speciality, uniqueness in there is that it then sort of goes further. It looks at, okay, how can we utilise this knowledge into real products, real processes, real life examples that will create that benefit to society going forward.
I mean, if you want to be critical about IJFST, it can be too esoteric.
Too sciencey.
Too specialised, too much for the academics, not enough for the application people. And that's a bad criticism, right? I get that.
Well, we need the science.
But the science has to be there.
Yeah.
What Translational Food Sciences does is, as you say, takes that to a different level. And here we're interested in the how. How does this technology actually translate into a real food? How does this technology translate into real industry practice?
So it's similar, like sort of, we tended to go fundamental science or applied science, but there's also that grey area there.
There's always the grey area, and that's where the benefit of the two journals being close to each other but not linked allows that transition between areas. And that's one of the benefits that we've got.
Yeah. Sounds exciting.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And do you pick up that difference in the journal articles that you have in TFS compared to IJFST, do you think?
Yes, I think so. As I see the journals coming in, or the articles coming into TFS now, I can see that the tone of the articles, I don't want to say relaxed, that's the wrong impression, but they have a different tone. They speak to a different audience because they have a different voice. And they're speaking more to people who want to use whatever the given technology that's being talked about in real application. When I read articles that are in IJFST, it's very much more instructional.
Yeah.
It's very much more fundamental and in-depth. Here I'm understanding what molecule A does with molecule B. That's not the way it works in Translational Food Sciences. We're taking molecule A and B and we're doing something with it. So and we're doing it in a real food.
It's the two lenses that we're using.
Basically.
One lens is looking at that microscopic molecular type of aspect, the mechanistic approach.
Exactly.
Whereas the other lens is looking at, okay, what's a holistic attitude to that? How can we...
the aspect of what you've just said triggered a thought in my head. You said lenses. When you put a lens over something, if it works, it becomes sharper and things come more in focus.
Yeah.
If you put another lens on top of it, it should become sharper again. So here I'm borrowing stuff from Richard Feynman. He said that every time you do an experiment, every time you put a lens on top of each other, the image should become sharper. And that's essentially what we're doing with IJFST and with TFS. We're making the holistic image of food science clearer.
So building on the science and the evidence of the past to look to the future.
Absolutely.
Good.
And it allows us to not so much predict the future, but create the future.
And curate it.
And curate it.
Yeah.
And these days, that's important.
Yeah.
That, to me, I think, is the value of the two journals.